下面呢，我们要请那个Rev Russ的传扬信息，给我们新闻翻译。
Well, good morning, everyone.
大家早。
It's a joy to be with you today.
很高兴跟大家在一起。
In this special day.
在一个特别的日子。
And I want to say a particular word of thanks to Pastor Yu for inviting me to be here today.
我特别感谢于牧师请我今天来到当中。
I was born in Jackson Heights, Queens, and my wife was born in Brooklyn.
我是在 Queens 长大，然后我太太是在Brooklyn 长大的。
And many years ago, I came to serve the Baptist Convention of New York.
很多年前我就开始在联会工作。
And when I came, Pastor Yu was here, so we've been friends for quite a long time.
当我开始工作的时候，于牧师就在这边工作了，所以我们认识很多年。
And so it's a real joy for me to be with you.
所以真的很高兴可以跟大家在一起。
And also on this special day of installation for Pastor Yang.
然后在这特别日子，就是传道杨牧师案例。
Pastor Yu asked me to share a few words of encouragement and challenge to you this morning.
于牧师请我跟大家分享，然后跟大家有个挑战。
And I'd like to ask you to turn in your Bibles to Mark chapter 10.
请大家打开圣经到马可福音第10章。
Because I believe this is one of the most important passages in all of the Bible that describes who Jesus is and who we are as His people.
因为我觉得马可福音第10章这里是告诉我们很重要的是耶稣是谁，我们是怎么样我们跟他之间的关系。
The verses I would like to look at is verses 35 to 45.
马可福音第10章第35节到45节。
And if I could ask my new friend Peter here if he would read this for us in Chinese, and then we can save a little bit of time.
OK， 我们为了时间的缘故，我就用国语读马可福音第10章35节到45节。提比泰的儿子雅各、约翰进前来，对耶稣说：“夫子，我们无论求你什么，愿你给我们做。”耶稣说：“要我给你们做什么？”他们说：“赐我们在你的荣耀里，一个坐在你右边，一个坐在你左边。”耶稣说：“你们不知道所求的是什么？我所喝的杯，你们能喝吗？我所受的洗，你们能受吗？”他们说：“我们能。”耶稣说：“我所喝的杯，你们也要喝；我所受的洗，你们也要受。只是坐在我的左右，不是我可以赐的，乃是为谁预备的，就赐给谁。”那10个门徒听见，就恼怒雅各、约翰。耶稣叫他们来，对他们说：“你们知道，外邦人有尊为君王的治理他们，有大臣操权管束他们。只是在你们中间不是这样。你们中间谁愿为大，就必做你们的用人；在你们中间谁愿为首，就必做众人的仆人。因为人子来，不是要受人的服侍，乃是要服侍人，并且要舍命做多人的赎价。”
In the Gospel of Mark, this is one of the most important passages.
在马可福音，这是很重要的一个经节。
Because it sets out before us Jesus' own understanding of who He is.
因为摆在我们面前的就是耶稣是谁。
It also reveals sometimes what His people think they are in relationship to Jesus.
然后也同样的告诉我们，在耶稣面前是谁。
We have Peter and John who come to make this request of Jesus a special request.
我们在这里讲到说，雅各、约翰到耶稣面前来要求。
And they think that Jesus is this Messiah King.
因为他们觉得耶稣是这个弥赛亚，这个君王。
And they make this special request.
所以他们有一个特别的要求。
Lord, when you come in glory, can I be on your left side and can we be on your left and your right side?
就是说，主啊，当你国降临的时候，我们可不可以一个坐在你的左边，一个坐在你的右边？
They're asking, can I be your chief of staff and your secretary of state?
他说，就是说，我们可不可以做你的国务卿跟你的 内阁的院长什么的。
And they understand following Jesus to be one of privilege and position and power.
因为他们了解神的耶稣是那么样的重要的，有这么样的重要的位置跟权力。
Jesus has some very, very strong rebuke for them.
所以耶稣很严格的指责他们。
He says,
他说
this is the way the Gentiles operate,
这是外邦人做的，
but not among you.
可是在你们当中不能这样子。
If you want to be great, you must be a servant.
你们如果要伟大，就必须要做一个用人。
And if you want to be first, you must be last.
如果你们要做头的，就是要做尾的。
Because I, as the Son of Man, have come to give my life away as a ransom for men.
因为人子来为要拯救多人的生命。
So this helps us to understand who Jesus said he was and who we are.
所以这段圣经告诉我们耶稣是谁，也告诉我们是谁。
Jesus says, first of all, that his coming creates a new position for us.
耶稣来到这世界，就让我们有一个新的这个地位。
Look at how Jesus describes it in verse 45.
请看45节这里说
I came to give my life as a ransom.
我来是要为人舍命。
In some versions of the Bible, the word is used redeemed.
做多人的赎价。
But the word means to ransom.
这个赎价这个字
And what's a ransom?
什么叫赎价？
When you hear the word ransom, what do you think of in your mind?
你通常有想到这赎价是什么呢？
We usually use the word ransom in referring to being kidnapped.
我们想到赎价的时候，就想到被绑架。
And the kidnapper demands an exorbitant amount of money to release his captive.
所以那些绑架的人要高的赎价才可以放这个人被绑的人。
The kidnapper will not release his captive unless there's an exchange of money.
绑架的人不会轻易的把被绑的人放掉，除非有个高的代价。
So a ransom is a price.
所以赎价是个很高的代价。
It's a price paid to release someone.
就是这个代价是为了要付出去，能够释放这个人，解放这个人。
That's a ransom, right?
那就是个赎价，是不是？
So when Jesus says he came to ransom us, what does he say?
所以当耶稣来说他做我们多人的赎价，他在说什么呢？
He's saying that we're in bondage.
他告诉我们是被捆绑的。
He's telling us that he has come to give his life as an exchange to get us out of bondage.
他告诉我们，他来为了我们做赎价，使我们被捆绑的能够被释放。
Now, I don't know about you, but to hear from Jesus that we're in bondage is not very pleasant.
当我们听到耶稣说我们是被捆绑的，或许我们听得很不舒服。
That's not easy to hear.
不是很容易听进去的。
You might say, what do you mean in bondage? We live in a country where we are free.
你可以说，我们不是被捆绑的，我们在这个国家是很自由的。
But the Bible says that we're all in bondage.
可是圣经上的教导是我们所有的人都是被捆绑的。
We're slaves.
我们是这个奴隶，谢谢。
First of all, we are slaves to ourselves.
第一，我们是自己的奴隶，
We have this terrible tendency to put ourselves in the middle.
因为我们很多时候把我们自己摆在中心点。
Paying attention to yourself.
你自己花时间就是专注，你的注意点就是自己了。
Pampering yourself.
自己好好的宽待自己。
At the risk of, I'll say this at a risk, many people, even on Sunday, spend so much time with how they look.
我可以冒险的说，我们甚至礼拜天早上花很多时间来注重我们我们的仪容，我们的化妆、
Hair,
我们的头发、我们的衣服、
makeup,
化妆、
shoes matching, The clothes.
鞋子跟衣服是搭配的。
We spend more time thinking about how we look than we think about what God says in His book.
我们花很多时间注意我们的外表，超过我们在神的话语。
And sometimes when we're in church, we like to compare ourselves to everyone else.
当我们在教堂的时候，我们很喜欢跟别人比。
Did you see what that person's wearing over there?
你有没有注意到那个人穿的是什么？
How come that person can't get here on time? I'm here on time every Sunday.
为什么那个某某人迟到？我每个礼拜天都是准时到的。
We're just in bondage to ourselves.
所以我们被自己捆绑。
And not only that, we're in bondage to thinking that our happiness is outside of a relationship to Jesus Christ.
很多时候，我们觉得我们的快乐、我们的喜乐是在耶稣之外的关系可以有的。
So Jesus says, "I've come to give my life as a ransom for you." It says to me, to us, we're in bondage. We need to be freed.
所以耶稣来说，人子来是要舍命做多人的赎价，所以我们是被捆绑，我们需要耶稣的给我们释放。
And this is what Jesus says He has come to do. I have come to release you from your bondage.
所以耶稣来说，我来就是要释放你们。
Now, I want to suggest that many people who come to church don't understand the cross like that.
我可以说，很多人来教堂不了解十字架的意义是那样子的。
Here's where I think many people think about the cross.
我觉得很多人来教堂对十字架的看法是这样
：what it means to be a Christian.
怎么样？为什么？基督徒是什么
I try my best to be a good person.
我尽力的做一个好人。
I try very hard.
我很努力的。
But there are times when I fall.
可是有时候我没有办法做得好。
And I feel guilty.
所以我就感觉到有罪。
And I need forgiveness.
所以我需要有人赦罪。
So I go to God.
所以我到神的面前。
And I ask Him to forgive me.
我求神赦免我的罪。
And I feel better.
然后我就感觉到好一点啦。
And then after church is over, I go back out and try to do my best again.
然后聚完会之后，我走出教堂，我也是继续努力做一个好人。
That itself is a bondage.
那个本身就是一个捆绑。
See, the cross brings us a whole new position, a whole new relationship with God.
十字架给我们带来一个新的地位，在神的面前。
It's an entirely new way of relating to God through Jesus Christ.
是一个在神面前重立的一个关系。
He paid a price to release you from that.
因为他为你的释放付上了代价。
It was a substitutionary price.
是
A price on your behalf.
就是为我们赎罪的代价。
What was that price?
在我们的位置上为我们付的代价，那个代价是什么呢？
Jesus describes it here as a cup.
在这里，耶稣形容是一个杯
or a baptism.
或是一个敬礼。
The word cup and baptism in the Old Testament refer to the judgment of God.
在旧约里头，这个杯跟这个敬礼是象征神的审判。
And Jesus Christ drank the cup of the judgment of God on us.
所以耶稣就为了我们的罪的缘故，喝了这个杯。
And now we're free.
喝了这个神审判的杯，所以我们现在得自由了。
We've been released.
我们被释放了。
And this is how Jesus describes Himself and His mission.
所以耶稣在这里就形容他来这世界上的使命是什么？
There really, in Jesus' mind, was no other way for us to be set free.
在耶稣从耶稣的观点，没有其他的方法可以让我们可以释放的。
So because of the cross of Jesus Christ,
所以因为耶稣基督十字架的缘故
and how thorough what He did for us,
他是怎么样完全的来为我们完成这件事。
we're free from ourselves.
我们就 可以被我们自己的捆绑得释放了。
We've been given tremendous honor that He has come into our life.
因为我们接受他，我们得到了很高的荣耀。
Why would you want anyone else's opinion when you have His opinion of you like this?
当你得到耶稣他看你的样子的时候，你还需要别人对你有什么观点吗？
So the cross creates a whole new position for us.
所以十字架带给我们一个新的地位。
But it also gives us a brand new mission as well.
同样的，也带给我们一个新的使命。
And that mission is also described in verse 45.
这个使命也是在第45节这里。
Where Jesus says, the Son of Man did not come to be served.
他说，人子来不是要受人的服侍
but to serve.
乃是要服侍人。
And to give His life as a ransom for many.
并且要舍命做多人的赎价。
He's saying within the church, there's a whole new way of relating to one another and to the world.
他说，我们在教会里头，我们跟人之间的关系，跟外面的人关系有一个新的关系了。
In the world, there's the struggle to get up the ladder so you can be number one.
在这世界上，你就要爬上第一位。
And your success is defined by how many people are under you.
你的成功是决定在你的底下有多少人。
But in Jesus' understanding, it's not how many people are under you.
从耶稣来看，不是说到底你下面有多少人，
It's how many people you are under.
而是多少人在你上面。
Greatness in the eyes of Jesus is defined as the one who serves.
所以呢，伟大在耶稣的眼光里头是你服侍多少人。
Now, there's this conversation in this passage between Jesus and His disciples about His baptism, this cup.
所以这段圣经，耶稣跟他的门徒讲到他的杯跟他的敬礼。
What Jesus is actually saying is that even though you're released from one bondage, you're still kind of like in bondage to me.
耶稣说，虽然你们从你们自己的捆绑得到释放，可是你现在是跟我之间有这个捆绑。
Our fundamental mission then as Christians, as believers, is that we are servants of Jesus Christ.
所以呢，我们在主耶稣基督里，我们是成为神的他的仆人。
And we know we could never repay Him for what He's done for us.
因为我们知道，我们自己没有办法付上他为我们付上的代价。
In a sense, Jesus says, you can't be baptized with the baptism I go through.
所以耶稣说，你们所受的敬不是我受的敬。
But you have a cup to drink and you have a baptism to undergo.
可是你们有同样的杯也是需要领受那个杯的。
What you owe me, pay back to others.
你所欠我的，就行在其他人的身上。
Do you see how freeing this is?
所以你可以看到，这是多么样的自由的。
In the church, we don't have to jockey for position and try to push ourselves to be first.
在这教会里头，我们不需要跟人家争权夺利的。
We don't have to make sure everybody's watching us while we serve.
我们不需要别人来看我们在做的服事是什么。
We don't have to hold press conferences to make sure people know and are aware of what we're doing.
我们不需要有个记者会来说我们做的怎么样。
We never have to wonder what other people are thinking of us.
我们也不需要不会去想说人家对我们的看法是什么。
We don't need the affirmation and the thank you and the congratulations of the other human beings.
我们不需要人家来认定，不需要人家来恭喜我们所做的。
Because we have all of the affirmation and honor that we could ever need, Jesus knows.
所以我们所要认定的，就是在耶稣基督里，他认定我们所做的一切。
So many times in churches, we lose this kind of understanding of who we are.
很多时候，我们在教会里头，我们失去了我们跟神之间的这种关系。
In the first church where I was pastor many years ago, I encountered this very thing.
多年前我在牧会第一个教会的时候看到这件事。
I had a phone call on a Saturday afternoon from one of the members of the church.
在礼拜六下午的时候收到一个教友的电话。
We were a small congregation, smaller than the number of people here today.
我们是一个很小的教会，比现在坐的人还要少的。
And the lady on the other end of the phone said to me, Pastor, who is the minister of music in this church?
那个姐妹在电话上问说：“牧师啊，我们这个音乐部门的人是谁？”
And I said, I was not aware that we had a minister of music in this church.
我说我不知道我们教会还有音乐传道的。
What she was saying is,
她的意思是说
I play the piano.
她的意思是说我也会弹钢琴。
I choose the songs that we sing.
我也选择我们所唱的诗歌。
I think my name should be on the church bulletin.
我觉得我的名字应该是在这个节目单上的。
Do you understand what I'm saying?
你了解我说的吗？
There have been those who have said to me as pastor, Pastor, I have been here many more years than you.
有人告诉我说，牧师，我在这里比你久得多了。
I've given faithfully every single week of my tithes and my offerings.
我十一奉献，每个礼拜，每个月。
I work my fingers to the bone in this congregation.
我很努力的工作。
And no one ever says thank you.
可是没有人跟我说谢谢。
I've had it. I'm done. I'm through.
我受够了，我不做了。
Do you see what Jesus is trying to say to us today?
你看到耶稣今天要跟我们说的话是什么？
Jesus is saying, if you're in my kingdom,
耶稣说，如果你在我的国度里，
you don't need the affirmation of everyone else.
你不需要别人的认定。
I've ransomed you. I've set you free.
因为我已经赎了你，把你释放了，得自由了。
But when you follow me, there will always be a cup to drink and a baptism to undergo.
但是当你跟从我的时候，你就必须要喝这个杯，而且受这个浸。
I drank the cup for you.
我已经为了你受了这个杯。
The big cup.
这个大的杯。
The cup of God's judgment I drank for you.
就是神的愤怒的审判的杯，我已经为你喝了。
You're going to drink little cups for me.
你只是为我喝一个受的一个小的杯。
So go back to James and John here for a
所以
second.
再回来看雅各跟约翰。
Look at what it says in verse 35.
在35节这里。
Look at what they say to Jesus.
他们对耶稣说什么呢？
Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever we ask.
他对耶稣说：“夫子，我们无论求什么，求你什么，愿你给我们做。”
It shows just how much they had to grow.
也可以看得出来，他们需要他们多么需要成长。
On the basis of this request, Jesus could have said to those disciples, I'm done with you.
就是光他们问这个问题，耶稣可以跟他们说：“我不再跟你们了，你们不用跟着我。”
I've been with you so long, you're never going to understand.
我已经跟你们这么多年了，你们永远不会了解了。
But did he?
可是他有没有那样子呢？
No.
没有，
He still went to the garden.
他还是到了客西马尼园，
He still went to the cross.
他还是上了十字架，
He still opened up his veins and died.
他还是为我们流血，
He drank the cup to set them free.
他喝了那个杯，让我们得释放。
Jesus died for the people who fell asleep in the garden on him.
耶稣为那些在花园里睡着的人而死。
So let me ask you this.
所以让我问大家一个问题：
Are there stubborn people in your life?
在你的生命当中，是不是有顽固的人呢？
Are there people in your life who always want to take?
在你生命当中，是不是有些人就只是想要拿领受？
Are there people who have no idea of what you're really going through?
在你的生命当中，是不是有人 一点都不了解你所受的。
Are you withdrawing from them?
是不是因为那个缘故，所以你跟他们就疏远了，离开了？
Are you being cold to them?
你是不是就给他这个冷待他们？
Are you cursing them behind your back?
或许在后面骂他们？
Have you given up on them?
是不是你就完全已经跟他们脱节？
I want to say to you that you need to look at Jesus here.
所以如果你放弃他们的话，我要你看耶稣这里的经节。
Look at what he did to set you free.
看他为你的缘故做了什么来释放你。
And when you draw on that, you can become the kind of servant that Jesus was.
当你思想到那个、联想到那个时候，你就会知道你怎么样能够学习耶稣的榜样。
So he ransomed us with his blood.
他用他的宝血来赎我们，
Not just to save us,
不是光是救我们，
but to make us his people
让我们成为他的百姓，
who serve in his name.
让我们为了他的名来服侍。
And that's what we're here today to celebrate the installation of Pastor Yang as a servant.
所以我们今天来就是来庆祝这个杨牧师来做一个仆人。
All of us to say we're servants as well.
我们在这里的每个人都说，我们也是神的仆人。
May God turn us into the kind of people he died to make us.
所以愿神成为他为我们死的那样子的人。
Amen.
阿门。